back to the channel. I'm so far behind on some of the stuff that I was wanting to share with you guys. I picked up a new rifle about 5-6 weeks ago, hoping that it's going to be the next groundhog gun. But check this out. This is the Savage Minimalist 17 HMR. Today, I'm just going to put this thing together and hopefully get it ready to do some groundhog hunting. Let's get started. Pretty sweet 17 HMR from Savage. I am not a fancy type of laminated stock kind of guy. I prefer a composite stock, camouflage for coyote hunting, predator hunting. This thing just stole the show when I walked past it. I was kind of, I say I walked past it, I was looking on Gun Site for a new 17 HMR, and the chassis on this thing just threw me for a loop. I was like, man, this thing is super sweet. I reached out to a gun store, showed they had one in stock, and he said he had it there because a lot of times you got one in stock or they show one in stock and they don't actually have it. I drove an hour and a half to pick it up, and I got this thing in my hands and I just freaking loved it. I've had this gun about 5 weeks. I ain't shot the first round through it. As you can see, I'm missing all the assembly parts. And we'll go ahead and do all the safety checks. No round in the chamber, no clip, totally safe. But we're gonna start putting this thing together today. Got the Vortex Crossfire 2 rifle scope. It's a 3x9x40. I'm gonna put the Silencer Co. hybrid suppressor on here. I've got two varieties of slings. I don't know if I'm gonna go with the black or the green, but I do like a claw sling. That seems to be my favorite. We've got the muzzle brake we got to install. Got some Leopold rings for the scope and the old Swagger bipod. Timer done. Should be a pretty good groundhog gun. Let's start putting this thing together and see what we can come up with. I'm going to put these Leopold rings on this rifle. I'm not sure how much of this I'm actually going to show. You guys always use some type of Loctite when you put your stuff together. I don't have any type of fancy vices or anything like that. A lot of people are going to say this, that, and the other. Don't really care. I'm going to put these on here, get this gun together because I'm excited to finally put it together and shoot it. Ahead and put a couple screws in there without Loctite just so I can get a feel for this thing the way I want it, and I'll put a couple in there with Loctite. Way too much. Here's how it looks with the Vortex on there. I've got clearance in the front, clearance in the back for adjustment. Turned out pretty nice. Getting excited. All right, the next thing that we're gonna do, but y'all remember when I did the muzzle brake video on that other rifle, we had to turn it till it ended up having these holes facing out like that and not up and down. So we got to do the same thing to this rifle. And there again, like I mentioned in that other video, comes with washers to do that with. You just got to play with it a little bit before you put any type of bonding agent on it. Get the muzzle brake on there and then your suppressor will go right on. Hey, good application on the first try. I took 2 washers, got that perfectly aligned. I have to go inside and get my wrench. I did not bring it out here, but there again, when you put your muzzle brake on there, if you ever plan on shooting it without the suppressor, which I don't, I always plan on having the suppressor on here, but you want to make sure that these holes are pointed outwards and not straight up and down. If you're ever shooting the prone position, blows a lot of dust up in your face or whatnot, could give away your position or whatever you're trying to accomplish. It just makes more sense to just kind of disperse them where everything comes out the sides. So I'm going to take it back off here, put some adhesive on there, get my wrench, tighten it up. It'll be ready for the suppressor here in just a minute. My buddy Creed Distress from Michigan, he watched the video on the AR-10 application of the Bravo mount. He said, dude, you are never gonna get that muzzle brake off of there. There again today, I've got some of that rock set. I'm gonna put a little bit on there. Try not to put as much as I did last time, Creed. So let's just say put a little bit on there. Really, they give you a lot more than you need. There's not a whole lot of threads on this rifle here. I'll go ahead and see if I can get this thing. There we go. Get it on there, start turning it. The rock set's gonna start forming. Now I'm gonna take this wrench and give her a little tug here. All right, let's see if I like that. It's pretty good to me. So there you have it. These freaking muzzle brakes for these guns, they're not cheap. $70. And this was, I bought this at Kentucky Gun Company, Bardstown, Kentucky. It's the cheapest place I could find it. There for a while, couldn't find them anywhere. And this one's a 1/2 by 28 threads. I want to show you guys something here real quick, because I might move straight into the putting the bipod on this. A lot of people shoot them off the bench and whatnot. Maybe I'll shoot it off the bench first before I put this bipod on here. But look at the craftsmanship that Savage put into this. Got these big letters right here on the bottom. Now this is where the Swagger bipod's gonna go. So I do hate to cover that up, but I'm gonna have to have a Swagger on there for when I'm out varmint hunting. This is all the guts that came with the gun. You got your bolt, you got a 10-round mag, which I'm gonna mess with. I put a 10-round mag in my other Savage 93-17. It seemed like it had trouble chambering around, so I might just end up using a 5-round mag, which I've got with me today. Here's the bolt, come all baggaged up. I'm gonna have to lube this thing up. It's drier than a popcorn fart. 10-round mag that it came with, which I like, but have to make sure that it's gonna function properly, because if not, there's no point in it. Well, I finally got this rifle together, and I tell you what, this thing is super impressive, clean looking. Ended up going with the black claw sling on there. Still got to peel some stickers off of it. I want to adjust the trigger a little bit too, but Vortex Crossfire 2 3x9x40 scope, minimalist 17 HMR 93 R17. Got the Swagger bipod on it, claw sling, and got the hybrid 46 silencer co-suppressor. This is a clean looking son of a bee. Really like it.